My project wasn't specifically just Hamtramck. It was, again, like we're talking like greater Hamtramck. So we're talking about Detroit, so everything from like 75 to Davison and to like Mound. So that was kind of like where I was like focusing my research on. And there's lots of empty plots, like when you go north of here, like towards Davison and the city of Detroit is trying to do like this bundle package. They're just like, we have so many lots and we can't keep them in our land bank anymore. We need people to buy it. And they're just like telling all their like, residents or people who might move in, like, you can buy all of these lots right next to you, for like a bundle price of just this, and not really explaining to people like, hey, like, what's the cost of like maintaining that? Like, what's taxes? And if you wanted to do something different, then, like, they're not explaining how zoning works. Like, this is what you're gonna have to do something else that you want to do on it, or we're gonna fine you, and that's how we're gonna make money back from having this like land for ourselves all this years. So my thing was, I was talking about if we had to build new homes, what would that look like? And I started studying how, Bangladesh, like, people in Bangladesh have lived historically and how they're living right now. And I'm talking to families about, especially like older generations or people who have just moved. It's like, what did those living conditions look like? And interestingly enough, they lived in very courtyard style homes where it was, and I'm sure this is how it started here too when I researched how like the Polish community had come up. You had like a little house in the back and then you slowly grew as your family grew. All right, now like, I needed another home and like this more family is going to live, but they were arranging those homes to create these inner courtyards, to create these community spaces where it wasn't like one big front lawn and one big back lawn. It was like you were having these shared spaces. And we started talking about like if we did have, shared courtyard spaces, and if we started, redrawing how these land plots look like, how could those like spaces there where interactions could happen, how could they be different? And then it was also like, how do you create homes that, aren't like one size fits all? Because these are all single family homes. How are we creating homes that are intergenerational? And if, when they stop being intergenerational, because, people's kids move out or, grandparents over time, people pass away or people are moving out to the suburbs. So it was just like talking about different types of housing, especially talking to young people. It's like, yeah, everybody wants to live in Midtown and downtown, but, why isn't there a move for like those smaller types of housing here? It's like not everybody wants to leave, but they just want spaces that are more accommodating. Like they don't need a 3-bedroom house for themselves if they're just trying to go to school and live 10 minutes away from their families.